What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm so excited to bring to you guys a video where I showcase my current favorites. Now, I am notorious for attempting to do this somewhat regularly and failing at doing so. So I'm just gonna put it out here. I believe this is my first favorites of the year. And with that said, let's just get into it. Alrighty, so I have a plethora of things to talk about, both makeup and non-makeup. And yeah, we're just gonna dive right on in. I have my basket, so I'm just gonna pull from within. There's not gonna be any rhyme or reason. It's just gonna be, I'm gonna pull the makeup first and then all the non-makeup will go last. So in case you're wondering what's on my face, it is the Sea Talk palette by Odin's Eye and Lauren May Beauty. Very beautiful palette. I do aim to have a video up for this. I don't know if this video is going to be going up first or that one, but do know that a 3 different palettes will be coming up very, very soon, hopefully. So just stay tuned. And if it is available, I will have it linked down below, as well as all of the items that I discuss in today's video. Now, some things that I finally got around to testing out that I picked up during my very big splurge during my birthday month were these two ABH palettes. And these two are in my favorites because these are fantastic quality. Now, I know a lot of people loved, and I do mean loved, Modern Renaissance for the quality, the pigmentation, the color scheme, everything. This is the Rose Metals palette, and this one is the Art Nouveau. Or just the Nouveau. Yeah, it's just the Nouveau. I know a lot of people love that palette for that. I've had that palette. I panned quite a few shades and then I ultimately ended up throwing it away or decluttering it. But these palettes to me are the best quality that I have ever tried from this brand. And I have tried the ABH palette, even the Jackie Aina palette. I do love that quality. I love the pigmentation, but it's not as good as this. This definitely doesn't have nearly as much kick up in my opinion. And they're just smoother mattes and smoother metallics overall in this particular palette and in these palettes and in this formula that they presented here. I definitely recommend it better more than the Norvina collection. I didn't like that collection at all. Granted, I only tried one palette, but that was enough for me personally. So this was just two palettes that, one, I was happy I didn't spend my money on. I spent my Ulta points, but also two, I just felt like it kind of reinvigorated my interest with this brand, and I do look forward to see what they release in the future, although it definitely looks like they've slowed down in the releasing of palettes, which I'm not mad at, but I would love to see kind of overall what they release. I've been hearing some really great things about all of their releases lately when they started to slow down after they released all of those Norvina palettes and collections and all of that. Another thing that I have been meaning to get other shades, I forgotten to be quite honest, is this Half Magic cream blush or cheek blush in Magic Brownie. Now I have this product in Magic Brownie, I have a lip product in Magic Brownie, and I believe maybe a couple others from this range. I really, really like this product. Now on camera, it does not really pull or project on my skin tone because it is quite literally a brownie kind of peachy tone. But what it doesn't really project on camera, in person, I find is just a very natural, subtle kind of pinky brownie blush that I really do enjoy. The formula is fantastic. I did, for whatever reason, buy the brush, so there is that. The brush is fine. It's not a must-have by any means. I think the blushes are must-haves. I've been intending to buy at least one other shade. I believe there's like a bright kind of magenta shade in this range, and I do want that shade. I believe this one and that are going to be the only two that will really work on my skin tone, but I really, really would recommend this highly if you are interested. And going along with that, let's go to another brand that is favorite of mine and is independently owned, and it is About Face. I believe this is the only product I have from the brand. This is their sponge. stupid thing. I've had this for quite some time, but lately the sponges on Amazon have been really getting a surgence, and I feel like this was one of the first. It wasn't the first. I know LH Cosmetics has had one. I believe theirs is a lot more of a puff, whereas this is like a sponge but just in this shape. So instead of buying those Amazon sponges, I decided to get more use out of this, and I'm so happy with it. I've been reaching for it in the last couple of days that I've been applying makeup, and I truly enjoy it. I love it. I love that I can wash it and I can use it for both powder and cream products. I just go ahead and blend out my base and it works for me. I did use it today to create this base in case you're interested. I didn't film it, but I have filmed me using this particular product. I believe I filmed it in my like about face video where I was just showcasing the brand. So yeah, I would highly recommend checking out that video. And if I can remember, I will have that video linked down below. Jumping to some products from last month. Last month, I featured quite a few Black owned brands on my channel, and some were new products, some were old products that I was just kind of reminded of because I was like going through my collection trying to create full faces every so often. And a combo that I think is really nice are these two LYS products. Now, I'm gonna put it out there. I am affiliated with the brand, but that doesn't sway me. If you want to shop through my affiliated link, it is down below. Otherwise, no big deal at all. These two products I still highly recommend. I think that the base and the finish and the overall just appearance that it gives my overall face is fantastic. I love it so much. I have the foundation in DN6. Yep. And I have the concealer in DN3. I absolutely love both products. They have a very, I would say, I wouldn't even say satin. I would say it's a skin-like finish with a medium coverage that you can build to be high if you would like. Fantastic products. Highly recommend. I know I don't have everything from the range, and I'm getting to the point where I want everything from the range so I can fully really just like dive into the range and tell you what is necessary and what's not. Because there are some things that I have personally that I'm like, okay, they're fine. I like them. They're great. But those two products, definitely for the win. Another duo that I absolutely love and would highly recommend, unfortunately, are these two from Pat McGrath. I say unfortunately because these are very expensive products, unlike the LYS, which I think is reasonably priced, and they always do sales. Pat McGrath always does sales too, though. So I would not recommend ever buying Pat McGrath full price. I've literally done a video on that. Recommend you guys checking that video out. I feel like I really hit on quite a few brands that just there's no need to buy full price. But Pat McGrath's base products are really nice. I forgot to pull the powder, but we'll just imaginarily put the powder in this kind of base routine recommendation as well. The foundation I have in the shade Deep 30 and the concealer I have in the shade MD26. I really do enjoy both products. If I had to choose, I enjoy them both. I'm not going to choose. I would definitely recommend both products. And I think that this base routine, once again, is very nice. But once again, buy it on sale. I picked these up on 40% off. Wait, she'll do it. I promise you, she will do it. Another base product that I was reminded of how much I enjoyed last month is this baby right here. This is from Danessa Myricks, and this is her Universal Skin Balm in shade Universal because there's no color. It's just like the clear shade. I use this as a primer. I know some people at some point were using this as like a powder kind of on top of foundation. That has never been an application method that I enjoy with this particular product. I just don't like the idea of it, so no ma'am, no Pam. But as a primer, I find this to be fantastic at controlling my oils and just really creating a seamless base where there's no way for my foundation to seep into my pores. I do find that I have pores, but I am human, so there is that. So yeah, I really do like this product. I will say, in revisiting the foundation, I don't have the Yummy Skin, but I do have a foundation that came out very similar around the time period of this, and I'm not in love with that foundation anymore. So that's why I'm not featuring that in like this combination duo situation, but I really would recommend that primer, if nothing, from her range. There are two other foundations that if I wanted to put on makeup in these last couple of months, I have been reaching for, especially because one recently just came out and the other one has been kind of unofficially in my like, I want to finish this year in the back of my head. So the first one that I've had previously is from Tula Skincare. I want to finish this, as I mentioned in a video that should be up by now, because there is an SPF in this. I don't want the SPF to go bad and then ultimately this product to go bad, because SPF is a lot more temperamental than like just a normal foundation in my opinion. I have this in the shade 25. I prefer to actually apply this foundation with my hands. So I just go ahead and really just smooth and blend this in with my hand, and then I will go ahead and top over with a sponge of any type. I'll just top over the excess because I find this gives a very shiny finish because of the SPF. But once I kind of push the product in with my sponge, it definitely kind of chills it out a lot, and then I can move on with the rest of my skincare. I do have this product on today, and I think overall my base looks flawless. I don't think that you would know that I'm wearing a tinted moisturizer or anything like that. This has fantastic coverage. I would definitely say this is high, medium to full coverage for a tinted moisturizer. And the only kind of downside, like I said, would be that kind of sunscreen element. I understand why it's in the product, and I think it's a fantastic product for a apply and go during the summer, but it is something just know that if you keep it in your collection for too long and you neglect it, the product will go bad a lot more noticeably than any other foundation product. And the other foundation product that I want to really highlight in this video is my Juvia's Place Skin Foundation. The name is the I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation. This foundation is phenomenal in my opinion. I really like this, and this is coming with me testing out the Makeup by Mario foundation right around the same time period as this one. I find that this gives me enough radiance for my combination skin type. I apologize, I forgot to say I am combination oily. So I'm oily in my T-zone and I am normal around the perimeter of my skin, although lately my skin hasn't been overly producing oil, as long as I remember to do my skincare routine in the morning. So back to this foundation. I find that this foundation gives just the right amount of radiance for my skin type, that it's not looking too oily at the end of the day. And don't get me wrong, none of these foundations nor the Makeup by Mario genuinely breaks up on my skin. It has taken some time for a product to break up on my skin. There is one that I'll be talking about in a roundup, but I won't be featuring it in this video, obviously. But this is just a beautiful finish. I mean, it just like blends seamlessly into my skin. It just feels like butter. Okay, so I really like this. This is in the shade Legos. I highly recommend it. Once again, this is a very affordable foundation, and in the event that you want something that's affordable, this and the LYS are the two that I would definitely reach you or point you to in the direction of, especially if we're talking about foundations that I've wanted to reach for lately. The other two foundations that I mentioned today are definitely more on that high-end to luxury price point, and so that might not be your price point, especially with what's going on in today's market in the world. Okay, let's jump over to some lip products because I've been talking about face for quite some time. So I have two lip liners that I really want to highly recommend. You guys have been seeing me wear both of these nonstop, so it won't be of any surprise to you all. The first one is actually from Makeup Revolution, and this is in the shade Americano Brown. This has been a lip liner that I feel like a lot of you guys have been very interested in, and I'm so happy I took the splurge for this. I can't distinctly remember if I picked this up during my shopping spree during my birthday month or if it was something else in between, but whatever it was that made me think to pick this up, I'm so happy I did. I don't think I genuinely have a lot of product left in this. Yeah, there's not much product left in this lip liner, which shows you how much I've gotten use out of this particular product. I do tend to go through twist up lip liners very quickly though, so keep that in mind if you are somebody who kind of wants to tailor that near me. I tend to go through lip liners like every 3 months if they're roll-ups, if not once a month if we're talking about the Juvia's Place lip liner, because I did go through that in a month. So I can go through them very quickly. Really love this lip liner, and I will be talking about the cream in just a second. But for the other lip liner is actually from LYS Beauty. I picked this up in the shade Soulful. beautiful shade. It's not as yellow based as the Makeup Revolution, but it is still beautiful nonetheless. And I didn't think to do swatches, so let's do some swatches very quickly. The Makeup Revolution is also a lot more creamy. So if you're somebody who likes a creamier lip liner, this is the Makeup Revolution, and I would steer you towards that. If you like something that's a little bit more waxy and more pencil-like that you can, of course, sharpen, this is the LYS and Soulful. So I definitely do prefer a more pencil-based product, but then I get quite annoyed when I have to sharpen my pencils as often as I tend to do. So I kind of tend to go back and forth, which is why these are both in my favorites, not only because I like both formulas, but also because I love the colors. For me, I don't need a lip liner to last until Kingdom Come. I just need it to help me apply my product the first time correctly. And then after that, it could honestly go to the wind. I don't really care, but it needs to be there for the moment of me applying the lip product. There's that. Okay, some lip products that I have been enjoying. One that I also featured in a video that should have already been up by now is my Lunar Beauty lip oil treatment. I have this in the shade Dare Me. The shade is really irrelevant, so please don't take that into a lot of consideration, but I am down to the nubbins. I literally will have to scrape and beg and plead to get anything to apply to my lips tonight, because I do like to apply at least one application before bed every night, and I love this product. I love that I'm getting my full use out of a product before it expires. I love that I bought something and used it fully. I don't wish to like be a panner fully or like be a extreme minimalist. That's never going to be me. That's just not my personality by any means, but I do get a lot of enjoyment by finishing products, and this is definitely a product that I feel a lot of enjoyment by finishing. Another one that I've truly been enjoying is this Fenty Beauty Lip Cream, I believe is the name. It's a velvet liquid lipstick in the shade Breadwinner. I've really been enjoying this shade. Now, this is darker than I generally reach for. It is that shade right there. But when you blend it out, I think it looks really pretty. I did a little bit more of an opaque application today, but still nonetheless, it is a beautiful shade. Highly recommend. And in case you want to know my lip combo, it is actually the Makeup Revolution and this one today. So very happy for those combinations. The last lip product I believe I have here. Nope, just kidding. Okay, two more lip products to talk about. One is actually from Makeup Revolution. Again, I told you guys I had the cream to talk about. This is the cream in Americano Brown, and I will swatch it near the lip liner. I tend to prefer if the lip product is lighter than the lip liner, and I will say this is slightly lighter than the lip liner, but slightly, and I do mean truly slightly. You'll only really see it if you blend it out on your lips, so there is that. But overall, I do enjoy the formula of the actual product. I think it's blendable, beautiful, and the color and the undertone on my skin is phenomenal. Once again, this was another product that you guys were asking me about nonstop when I was wearing it these past couple of months. So yeah, there it is. And then the last lip product that I want to highlight today is actually from Juvia's Place, and this is in the shade Nile. This is yet another yellow based lip product that I featured last month. This is the lightest of the combinations that I will be showcasing today. Phenomenal. Not only the actual bullet for the detail that they put in the embossing or the pressing of it, but also just the color. This is a beautiful yellow based brown for me. It works phenomenally. If this had a sheen to it, I would think this is pretty much a dupe for the Huda Beauty Gold Digger. But since it doesn't, I actually will use this and I will top it off with my Tower 28 lip gloss and chill. Match made in heaven. Match made in heaven. Absolutely love it. Highly recommend. There is that. Okay, let's go back to cheek products because I have two cream cheek formulations that I want to talk about. Of course, I want to highlight and mention the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blush formula. I only bought one shade because I wanted to try it first, and I'm so happy I did. This is in the shade Golden Hour. Beautiful shade. beautiful formula. Highly recommend. The VIB sale will be coming up very, very soon. And if you are dying to try this formula, recommend definitely waiting for the sale, whether you buy it from Sephora or whether you buy it from the Danessa Myricks site, because of course know that these brands will have better sales than Sephora. I just definitely would recommend that formula if you are a cream blush fan. And even if you're not, because I find that that formula is very, very like, I wouldn't even say moussey, but it is very much a cream to powder finish, and the application and the like quickness in which it goes from a cream to powder, in my opinion, once you pick it up on whatever application method, whether it is your brush or your sponge, it automatically turns into like a powder that you're just applying onto your face. It is a very, very interesting formulation. And then of course, I have my Huda Beauty Cream Blush in Burning Cherry. I've been loving this blush since I picked it up. I picked it up during their holiday sale, during like the Christmas holiday season. I really, really like this blush. I should have picked up the sister of it during this most recent blush, or this most recent sale that they've been doing, but I don't know, something held me back. So I didn't, but fantastic blush formula. Definitely would recommend. It's only available on the Huda Beauty website though. So once again, wait for a sale. I don't think it's going to be that limited edition. I think it is limited edition, but I know it's exclusive to their range or to their website. So I don't really know. Next we have the One Size highlighter. I've been talking, raving, lusting after this baby for some time. I still enjoy it. I just applied a little bit of it today. I didn't do a full-on application just because I forgot to apply highlighter and I just wanted to throw something on really quickly, but phenomenal highlighter. I do believe this is still available and lurking in some locations. Please try it. Swatch it first, of course, but try it. Try it. Okay, we are winding down on the makeup items, but of course I had to shout out my Juvia's Place XL lashes. I've still been in love with these lashes. I have since tried the Nubian lashes, and I do think they're phenomenal as well. I think overall the way that Juvia's Place has created their lashes is just great. Highly recommend them. I can't wait to try some more styles. Of course, I had to go with my favorite eyeshadow primer, which is of course from About Face. Absolutely love it. I'm surprised I haven't like hit pan on this because quite literally since I picked it up, I have been using it, but she's still going strong. So I'm going to keep using her, and it will be a very sad, sad day when I finish her because I won't be able to truly justify it because I have so many eyeshadow primers, but I will get my love out of her now. I also very rarely talk about brow products, so I did want to just mention lately my routine. I've actually been using these 3 products. So I've been using the NYX Micro Brow. This is of course in the shade Ash Brown. Very, very easy, kind of simple brow where I will fill in the tail and up to like midway in my brow. Then I will go in with the Too Faced Fluff and Hold. Now with this product, I believe I've mentioned it before, a lot of product comes off on the doe foot or the wand. So you definitely need to scrape off all of this excess. And I do mean pretty much make it look like there's no product on there. And then for me, that is the perfect application of the amount of product you need. I just go ahead and push my brows in the direction that I want them to, and they stay. They stay, which is the key for this product. And then what I do is I go in with the NYX Epic Ink Liner. Well, this is not the liner. I have the brow product. I just picked up the wrong one. So that is something to know. The Epic Lift and, what is it called? Lift and Snatch, which is their brow kind of ink pencil thing, is in the exact same packaging as their ink liner, but you can see the name is clearly written on the side. So do keep that in mind. But this, I've been able to just draw in brow hairs. I'll just use it very briefly down here. So this is it down here. I just kind of drew on a couple of really quick hairs for you all to see. I really like this product. I find sometimes that on camera, my brows are just light. I don't know why. In person, they look perfectly fine, but on camera, they look really light. And when I take this and I just kind of go through every so often, and then specifically in the front, it just looks better on camera. And then of course I will go in, sometimes I'll just get really friendly, really happy when I'm doing the front half of my brow. So I'll take my spoolie on the end of my micro pencil and I'll just brush that through. And I just really like how my brows overall look with this little routine. I do still enjoy my Benefit fiber pencil product, but these three products just create a really nice brow product, and I also don't have to sharpen the pencil. That is the one kind of con with that product that I didn't foresee. Once again, I just hate sharpening products because once I sit down, I don't have much time to really put on my face and create my look, and so I just want to be able to sit down, play, create, and then move on with whatever else I have to do. So that's kind of that. Now, that's all the makeup I have. It was quite a bit of makeup, but I haven't done a favorites like this in quite some time, so I did want to be true to kind of what I've been enjoying. I do want to talk about some things. So I have a candle lit back there. It is from Kohl's. It is the one that I said I thought smelled very similar to Petal Tea Cake from Bath and Body Works. It came out during the tail at the end of the year. I think it was like a spring release that they did. I took too long to enjoy and test it out. Once I did, I loved it, but I was only able to have one of the 3 wicks. So I tried this because it looked very similar, and at first sniff, it reminded me of it. It is a completely different smell, but it's still a beautiful smell. It does not have as much scent throw as I would say some of the better Bath and Body Works do, but I still really much enjoy it, and I highly recommend it. I'm not going to pull it off because it's literally back there burning and I don't want to mess with the feng shui, but I will have a picture of it on the screen. Next, this is one of my favorite soaps. Now, it's a very weird thing to talk about, but I found that picking up Bath and Body Works soaps has definitely been something that has been very enjoyable for me these last couple of months. And some of the other stuff is frivolous, I don't really need it, I don't really get use out of it and completely use it up. Even the candles, I definitely use them, but it's a slower process. These hand soaps, I feel like are something that I see me constantly using daily, and it's just like, oh, I can see the reason why I picked this up. This scent is so nice. I absolutely love this scent. So this is Midnight Rose, Dewy Lemon, and Wild Peony. I don't even like the foaming hand soap formulation, but there's something about the White Barn range. I just feel like it's so superior to the other range. And in this hand soap, I don't feel like my hands get dried out nearly as much as the other hand soaps that are in this foaming wash. So I have been very good. I haven't bought a single hand soap this year, which is saying something because Bath and Body Works has been doing some sales on some hand soap, but I want this again. I really do. I hope that it is available when I finally can justify picking up some more hand soap. I probably should have already just gone ahead and done it and just picked up a couple of backups because I know I'm going to get use out of it. But my little section that I keep hand soap is pretty full right now, so I don't want to have too much. Maybe I'll pick up 1 or 2 just to kind of keep the scent alive for me and the enjoyment for me. But fantastic. Highly recommend. Along with that, I actually would recommend the Bath and Body Works hand creams. This particular one that I've really been enjoying, this has been in my bathroom. So after I finish this, on the odd chance that my hands actually do feel dry, or I quite literally remember, I reach for this, and this is the Dry Hand Relief Hydrating Hand Cream from Bath and Body Works, and it says that there's glycerin in this. Out of all the hand creams that I've tried, and I've tried a couple now from Bath and Body Works because they've just been thrown in bags, and I do tend to get these for free and because I have the rewards. This is phenomenal for if you have dry hands. I mean, immediately you put it on and it seeps into your skin. Your hands feel so much more moist and juicy. And so I really, really am happy to have picked this up. And I believe I have at least one or two more point perks, and I could definitely see me literally getting a couple more of this hand cream just to have as backups. I think hand cream is something that I have underestimated in my younger years, but the older I get, I feel like I have more enjoyment for my hand creams, and I see more uses for them in my everyday life. Okay, let's get into some fragrance really quickly. I don't have a lot. I only have three. One that I've been really reaching for lately is this baby from Lush. This is Rose Jam. This smells beautiful. Now, I will say to my nose, either my body chemistry or the body spray just has a little bit more of that musky kind of situation going on. I smelled this originally on an old coworker, not an old as in age, but like we used to work together, so ex-coworker if you will, and I thought it was beautiful, but this still has the beautiful like fruity rose and the vanilla, but there is a musk that I find that comes off of this on me that is interesting and very, very nice. I've been reaching for this pretty much nonstop the last couple of days. Highly recommend you getting your nose on this once again, and if you enjoy it, definitely pick her up. I picked this one up. Apparently this lasts longer than the perfume, and it was the only one that they had available in the Lush store that I went to, so it just kind of worked out. Cocoa Paradise. Okay, so I got this travel spray when this was like the only thing that was available for the range, and whoa baby whoa, this is definitely a love. I ended up picking up the body mist because I did not want to wait for the perfume, and I'm not mad at it. I think this is a fantastic scent. I love the calming aspect of this scent on me, and it's beautiful. I literally will douse myself in this at night, or I also have the one spray from last year that I picked up in the travel sweet whiskey. Absolutely love that. That's another one that I will literally douse myself in at night, go to bed, and be happy. I mean, fully content with life. So definitely loving those. And another comfy scent that I will reach for either at night or just on a day that it's rain and coldy and dreary and I just want to feel some warmth and some comfort is this baby right here. This is Mod Vanilla by Rem, and I this is so beautiful. I don't think I've heard anybody, did I say Rem? This is Ariana Grande. Rem is her makeup brand. I have a dent in this. For the amount of fragrances that I have, and I do like to rotate through my fragrances, there is a dent in this, and it is warranted and it is loved, and so happy I picked this up. Highly recommend. Yes. So those are all of my scents, just a couple more products that are more kind of lifestyle, and then we are done. Okay, so one thing that book wise, I told you guys that I was going to be doing a book vlog. I never got around to it, and I honestly haven't even finished this book, but I am like maybe 100 pages from the end, so not very long. This is like one sitting for me. I just haven't sat down to do it. This is the third book in the Akata Woman series, or the Akata Witch series, I'm sorry. This is Akata Woman. If you've watched any of my favorites videos or any of my books recommendation videos, I almost always recommend Nnedi Okorafor. I love her writing, and this was one of, I believe, my first series that I read from her. Binge read it. I used to work at the library, so it was very easy for me to binge read because I could literally read at work, and it was like for work. At least that's how I got around reading, and I'm loving this book. So definitely recommend, if you've read the first two or the first one, you're continuing to follow Sunny and her group of friends. Absolutely loving it. And really quickly, I also have a book marker. I love these bookmarks that I get. I do have quite a few book subscriptions for one reason or another that I keep. I do need to continue to read my physical books, which is a thing that I wanted to start with this one, along with some others that I kind of highlighted that I really, really wanted to read. So yeah, those are some favorites in the book world, along with like my Kindle and just like the Kindle app in general. I love that I have that. I love that I have Kindle Unlimited. I read so many books through that platform. Say what you will about Amazon, but I love the Kindle Unlimited platform. I also want to highlight my very first Starbucks cup. I did use my Starbucks points. Don't you dare ever buy these merchandise products. Use your points. So you only need 400 points. I used them. I got my very first mug. I absolutely love it. I've gotten so much use out of it. It reigns supreme. And if you're wondering, my favorite coffee range is the Blondie range. I love that espresso. I find that it has enough sweetness for me, and I am very much, I need a sweet coffee. I only do iced coffee. I really haven't found a hot coffee that works for me. Hot, just, it doesn't work. But iced sweet coffee, that has my name all over it. I also wanted to just showcase these earrings. I believe I've only worn them once on camera, but they are a favorite of mine. I ran across this boutique or kind of display when I happened to be at a local mall picking up some things, and these were just a very, very, very interesting find. I absolutely love them. It is a mother-daughter duo that has this brand. I will have the brand linked down below. I believe it's like Jane and something. Don't quote me on it, but very, very happy to have picked those up. I have another pair that I just haven't gotten around to wearing, but so excited to have both of them. And then the last thing that I want to showcase, I buy a lot from Amazon. I don't buy as much as I used to, and I'm not nearly as much of an Amazon shopper as like some YouTubers are, and that's like their thing. They test out and shop at Amazon. That's just not my thing. I buy the things that are helpful and useful, and also I need in a quick time period, because if I can buy it from somewhere else, I will, but if I need it quickly, then I will go for Amazon. Also, if it's the cheapest option out there, then yeah, I will go for Amazon. It is what it is. So I've been talking about it lately, and I believe I referenced it in my vlog. I do a lot of stuff in my bed, like work wise, whether it's schoolwork, YouTube editing, whatever it is. I do a lot of it just in my bed. It's just a comfort place for me. I'll just sit there, cop a squat, get to knowing. And something that I've noticed is that I kind of dislike having my computer straight on my lap, especially because I find using my mouse is not the mouse on the computer, but literally my like separate mouse. It just makes my life so much easier, especially when I'm doing editing. I can just click through things so quickly and just go about my day. So I decided to get one of these like bed stand things. I love it. I love it. I haven't had it but maybe 2 weeks, and it has been stupid helpful. It's ridiculous. I have my cup holder, which my beer sits in while I'm working. I use this sometimes for like my phone. I don't particularly like to place my iPad in there, but it's really for like my phone. If I need like my whole desk area, I can have that there, and like I keep streaming like a video, a movie, whatever have you. And then there's just a nice arrangement of stuff. Another positive is that there's like a little secret kind of drawer. I haven't found a need for that, but I think it's nice. And then lastly, the legs. Now, it's not the actual legs that I think is important to highlight here. It is the space that I get from the bed to the top that is important. I have gained a little weight, okay? Your girl has gotten nice and curvy again. And in doing that, I'm finding that I'm having difficulty with so many different elements of my life that I maybe didn't have before, right? This bed, I was concerned one was too wide. Currently, my bed is a twin size bed. Yes, I know. Don't mention it. I'm working on improving that. Okay. So I was worried that this was going to be too wide for that. Incorrect. It works perfectly, and there's still room on both sides in this current bed. But with the height that is provided, I feel like this is plus size accessible. And there's so many things that are just inaccessible for a lot of people. I am currently not plus size, but I am in that like mid-size range where you're thick, but you're not thick enough to be plus size, but you're too thick to be like in the real cutesy sizes, you know? Okay, I'm in that 12, 14 size. So I find that a lot of things that sometimes I just don't have access to. Because like I said, I don't have access to the really light small sizes, and a lot of brands are now creating things for plus size women, and that's great. I love it. But some of those things are cute too, and I want it in my size, and I am literally just shy of plus size for a lot of brands. So long rant aside, I am just very, very happy with the distance in which my thigh rests from the height of this desk table thing for my bed. And I find that it's just been outstandingly helpful for me in getting my work done, and just, you know, the self-esteem hasn't gone too far down because I have room. Okay, before I did not. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. I feel like this has been an extremely long video, but I hope it was truly helpful for you all. Like I said, I will have everything listed down below and linked as best as possible. If I run out of room, because sometimes I do end up running out of character room in my description box, just check out my pinned comment. It will be there as soon as this video goes live. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sound off down below if you've tried any of these favorites that I've mentioned down below and they're favorites for you as well. Even if they're not, I would love to hear your opinions, your perspective. Let your girl know. Let the community know. We are a community at the end of the day. And with that said, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this long, rambly video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.